Welcome, everybody. Thank y'all for joining us this morning.
There we go.
It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground. It's the real nitty-gritty. Boots on the ground.
What's the peso, Calvin? Where's the peso right now?
Yeah, let me get everything going first, Robert. Welcome, everybody, to the panel today. As y'all know, we always got a topic, the Messiah complex. Why men feel responsible for taking care of women 8,000 miles away. But remember, this is your live stream, so we'll talk about whatever you want to talk about. Just put it over here, and we'll try to get to it. Shout out to the NTZ crew. I see Jacob Tanjay on here, and I'm pretty sure Michael Beach of Life is on here too. Thank y'all guys. I really appreciate it. Any new viewers and subscribers, this is your first time joining us. Welcome. All my old heads, there's Wonders of Life, Donnie Morris, Jeffrey Tad, I'm pretty sure is on here, Roger Walker, Sam Champion, and anybody joining us for the replay. Thank y'all so much. The peso, Robert, is 54.43, which anytime it's over 50 is great. And you can ask David, he's over here. That's a good rate, right, David?
Oh, yeah.
The temperature here in San Carlos City is 84 degrees, but it feels like 95 because of the humidity. So I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves, and we'll get started. I'm going to start with you up at the top, Freddie.
Hey, how you doing? Freddie Sanders here from Tampa, Florida area. How y'all doing?
What's your connection to the Philippines, Freddie?
Oh, I brought one home. I got a Filipina here. Been married to her for about a year now, over a year now.
See, that's what we want to know, man. That's the nitty gritty.
So sexual, everything's been fine. Everything's fine so far. You know.
Yeah. You said she's working 2 jobs.
Should be leaving in about a half hour, 45 minutes from now, going on a night job.
Oh wow! See guys, y'all got to take a page out of Freddie's book when you're thinking about bringing a woman to your country. Now, the guy in the middle, I think everybody knows him. He's Harry Shoulders, also known as Robert. What's up, Robert?
Well, I guess you could say today I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer because, you know, it's a state of mind. It's not a feeling, Calvin. It's where you actually believe that you are the Savior.
Yeah. They call it the Christ complex, too. The Savior complex. Okay. And last and certainly not least, we got a new visitor, a new guest. David, his channel is The Poor Man's Passport Guide. Welcome, David.
Hey, Calvin, welcome. I've been in the Philippines since March. My whole decision was based on, I lived in San Francisco, and I was strolling through the park one day, and I met a Filipina. We just met randomly. We had a great conversation, and she was living in the U.S., and that made me, the nice conversation and the nice attitude made me want to come here to the Philippines. So over a year ago, I started planning, got my ticket maybe 7 months ago, and I'm here.
All right. Let me say this, guys. It's very important that you click the like button. It helps me to continue to bring you the good content that I've been known for. You know, these algorithms and stuff, guys, it's not enough that you just sit back and watch. I mean, I appreciate that, but it really doesn't help at all. I mean, because YouTube, they'll take it as like you didn't like the video. So they won't put it out there to more people. And that's what we need. Because I know, David, your channel's fairly new. And it's a whole lot different than any channel I've seen out here. And I think it's unique. And I think you're on to something. And much success to you. Tell us a little bit about your channel.
Well, one of my biggest issues, concerns in life at age 62 is dating. I think when I was a young man, I wanted to get the good job so that I could get the cool woman. Everything was kind of interrelated. So now that after children, after wives, here in the Philippines, I'm dating mostly ladyboys. So there are beautiful ladyboys all over the place. And I've been in monk mode for many years. I've been alone, single, and I'm having a really good time here, just being able to meet, understand the Filipino culture. See what's going on. I'm really having a good time. So the Poor Man's Passport Guide is about my journey traveling as a poor man in the Philippines.
Now, people tell me that I'm a good storyteller, but that's what kind of drew me to your channel. You keep it going. You keep me interested. And it sort of reminds me of the regular guy. He's got his channel's real popular now. And I think you tell stories like that. It's different, but let's get back to the Ladyboy thing, because I'm going to ask my viewers to be respectful, okay? We're not judging anybody today. Okay. But you said you were married, you had children. Now you're dating ladyboys. Was it something you were always interested in, or what happened there?
Well, I grew up in Hollywood, California, and you had a mix of everything happening. It was in the 70s and the 80s. Everybody was mixed together. You had ladyboys there called whatever they were called then, working on movie sets, doing makeup. So everybody was kind of intertwined. So I had some interest, but I like feminine. So that's, as long as the package is feminine, I'm good. And after having some women in the West take me through jail, take me through all kind of things to the point where I was sleeping on a bus bench, I just kind of switched my game over the past few years, and I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah. So would you consider, you said something that is in the book. I've got a book that I would suggest everybody read. It's called Private Dancer. And it's, if you ever read that book, anybody on the panel ever read that book, Private Dancer? It's about a bar girl over in Thailand and a foreigner from London. That's all I give you. But anyway, some of his friends dealt with ladyboys over there, and they call them something where the women actually have the operation. But the guys didn't consider themselves gay, because just like David said, they're attracted to their feminine side, but would you consider yourself as a bisexual, or what would you consider yourself? And the only reason I ask, and then we'll go on, because this is nothing really to talk about. I did a video about AIDS and the epidemic that's raging over here in the Philippines. And I just want to know, did you know that before you came here?
I was not aware of that. Life is completely different here. And but I was aware of it going through crack epidemic, AIDS epidemic, all kind of epidemics where I come from. So the consciousness and the awareness is raised. You couldn't make it across the city in Los Angeles without being taught or having to pay some attention to awareness about AIDS, drugs, everything. So I take that wherever I travel to, I assume the worst.
Yeah, but regardless, man, you got a great channel. Y'all check him out. Give him some support, because I'm going to tell you, I don't have all the answers, man. We got to take a little bit from each person. And I came up with this topic today because, of course, it's all over the internet. It's all over YouTube about the brother who sent all his life savings over here to, I'm not even going to say a Filipino, because they don't really know who it was he sent the money to. But now he's on his back in the hospital. And before I go any further, I want to say we're going to extend the olive branch out to the brother, because that's what my channel is about. We will help you, man, if you come on here and tell your story. But he wants to be anonymous, and we respect that. But I don't want anybody to think, oh, why don't y'all help him like they helped John? Well, it's totally different what happened with John. John and Old Dog, they knew each other, okay? And he brought him on there, and they raised money and sent him home. And I guess he's doing okay. We would do the same thing for anybody on my channel. But most of the people, especially black guys, man, we're embarrassed. We're ashamed. We won't come forward and tell our story, okay? But it doesn't change the fact that it happened. And I had just did a video. It was really a month ago. I said, it was 4 weeks ago. I said 10 days because it seemed like it was just last week, about a disproportionate number of black men being taken advantage over here. Okay, and we're really not being taken advantage of. We're just giving our money away. And I got a lot of pushback, David, and which is what you're going to get on your channel when you tell the truth. Now, all you picking on black men, everybody's getting scammed over there. And I'll be damned, boom. Here's a guy who gives his whole life savings to a woman he's never even met, guys. Let's talk about that today. Why do you think, Freddie, that we believe we're responsible for saving women over here?
I'll say he did exactly what he was socialized to do. You're a black man in America. You are socialized from birth to give, to serve, to take care of from the time you're born to the time you die. John Henry was supposed to help anybody who asked for help. And I've had four white guy best friends across my life. And each one of them, when I looked at the relationship after 10 years with each one of them, I realized I was playing that part. Well, tomorrow's going to be a better day. You're going to be all right. And I'm constantly coaching, helping, serving. So when he came to the Philippines, he was doing what he was already programmed to do. To be the Philippine as well.
Yeah, but see, he sent all his money before he got here, David.
Foolish.
Yeah, that was foolish. I mean, what would make a man, and see, because people say, oh, don't be down on the brother. That's bullshit, man. Let me tell y'all something. That's the reason why it keeps happening. Y'all in denial. You're making excuses for these guys. We're trying to help people. You don't have to do that. Okay, I told you I had a guy on here, a black man, sent 20 million pesos here and never saw the woman. Never stepped foot in the Philippines. And they are, oh, you don't be so hard on the guy. No, I'm sorry. We're going to roast him today, and he's going to get roasted in the name of helping somebody else. So, Freddie, what do you think? Give me your 2 cents on that.
Well, Calvin, when I worked as a bouncer in the Gentlemen's Club right over here in Clearwater, we called it I'll be better at the words here, but Captain Save a 304 syndrome. Yeah. Captain Save a 304 syndrome. You go into the bar, you meet these young ladies, and they, cater to your ego, make you feel like really nice, give you this fantasy. You spend all kind of money throwing on the stage, going to VIP, and you'd be surprised. I know a gentleman there who actually lost his marriage, his kids, and his house in a matter of 3 months. He dumped. Literally, I think it was like 75 grand is gone like that. And that's right here, just 5 miles from my door. Okay. So he's getting attention of a young lady that in the street wouldn't give him the time of day. Probably scream at him or mace him or something. So you got this beautiful exotic girl or besieged island girl, and she's telling you everything that you want to hear, anticipating everything you want to be said to you, playing a little peekaboo, maybe a lot of peekaboo. Yeah. And it probably started out really small. 1,000 pesos, $20. Who cares? That's nothing. Spend 3 times that in a tank of gas with my job every day. So then for some reason, he got the attention and maybe even the respect that he never had before, right around his little bubble, his little world. Because if it was there, if he was getting what he needed at home, he would never even look overseas.
So you're saying that he's not getting what he needed.
Definitely not.
McCulkin, thanks for that super chat. He said, "Good morning, brother Cal and guest. See you on the 16th of September." Yeah, come on, man. And I think you rented a place over in Sikihor. Let me know where you are, brother, and we'll go out and give you an island tour because we got the van over there at the resort I'm staying. The Beach of Life says he didn't catch the channel name. What's the name of your channel again, David?
Oh, my channel is the Poor Man's Passport Guide.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you did say that.
And I'm here in Kazan
Like
City.
that. The Poor Man's Passport Guide. Excuse me. Mike Dawsonville said, the best panel of all time. Brother Cal feels like must-see TV. Thank you. I put together a good panel today. What you got for us, Robert? What's your take on this? Because let me say this one thing, guys. The dating sites clearly state on the site, do not send money to the women. Am I the only one that's reading that?
Calvin, hold on. Cigarettes say the Surgeon General warns not to use it because it says, for the cause of cancer. Nobody cares about that. They want to open the package of a cigarette. Okay, they're not thinking with this one. They're thinking with that one. Okay, that's it. Case in point, they're not listening to any of the bloggers' warnings.
Yeah. I mean, every blogger around the world is trumpeting that message, David, and you need to trumpet. Don't send money over here like that. Certainly not your life savings. But Robert, let me ask you: are you playing the Messiah? Do you have the Messiah complex? Are you sending money over here?
Yes, I am, but it's like maybe $25 a month, just to keep the data alive, and it's just a chat mate, and she understands that we're just friends, just in the friend zone.
Keep hope alive, huh? Keep hope alive. So you sending that about 25 over, but what do you think going on in people's minds, Robert? You got a sign for that?
What was that, Calvin?
Do you have a sign for what's going on in people's minds when they send that kind of money over here? But the dating site clearly says don't do it, but we do it anyway. Hey, Dimitri, living the dream. Thanks for that super sticker.
It's because we're looking for that girlfriend experience, Calvin. That's what we want.
Yeah. Now, what is the girlfriend experience, Robert?
Oh, my goodness. It's something we don't have here, and that's why we're looking for it. And I would say that, someone that has the Messiah complex, is that a psychiatric disorder in the DSM-3R right next to the persecution complex? These complexes, it's just too complex for me.
Yeah, that's right, man. Chuck Newcomb says, how many channels have warned you not to send amounts of money more than the load until you're on the ground in the Philippines? Yeah, but like Freddie said, it clearly states on the cigarette pack. Does anybody even read the liquor bottle?
No.
Okay. The message they're trying to send. Nobody cares about that stuff, man. Now Phil said, don't you have to pay taxes in the Philippines? No, not the sender. You're sending from outside the Philippines. That money's already taxed.
Yeah.
You're sending it over here. That's like a gift. I don't think that's taxed. But let me say this, because everybody keeps saying, oh, all I see on Rafi Tufo is white guys. There's not many black guys doing what you're saying they're doing. Let me tell y'all this, guys. What you see on Rafi Tufo is a smidgen of what's going on over here.
Yeah.
Okay? Those are specialized cases over there. He's the wrong person to use as some type of resource. So stop it. Okay? I'm a better resource than him. He's getting, only the worst cases. And it's very few. Okay. I personally know a guy. He sent me all his remittances. He sent 20 million. He's never stepped foot on the set of Rafi Tufo. And Rafi Tufo, you know, what's he gonna do? He's gonna promise they're gonna get the money back. You know, he can't guarantee you anything. Now, where are you living, David?
Things are so different here. I'm coming from USA, and women, didn't matter what age they were, wouldn't give me the time of day. I could say, hey, your jacket just fell off, and they would just turn away and look the other direction. So the dating, the coming together is falling apart there. Here, you get so much attention walking down the street, and it's mind blowing. And if I had more money, I probably would have tossed out a whole lot more. And if I hadn't watched your channel, Calvin, I would have tossed out a whole lot more. And it was a learning process. And I've been here for 5 months. Yeah. It took me this long to understand that peso dollar economy, and that has made a huge difference about how generous I am.
Say that again. Where are you living right now, David?
I'm in Quezon City, Manila.
Okay, Quezon City.
Yeah.
Now, one thing, let me ask you this though. And I talked to a guy from Germany down in Zamboanga one time, and I said, "Hey man, why do you come over here to the Philippines?" And you know, I thought I was gonna get at all of that, and the people, the weather, blah blah blah. He said, "No," he said, because I can be with my girlfriend and nobody cares. He doesn't get a second look. Now, what kind of reaction are you getting when you're with a ladyboy? Are people staring? Because it looks to me on your videos like nobody's even paying attention to you.
I'm kind of shocked. Nobody's looking. Nobody's asking. Maybe some people will look at us and get a big smile on their face, but I've never been confronted. And I kind of watch when we're walking through public. Are people checking? And some people are, but some people are checking because I'm 6'1". I'm a giant. So yeah, you getting checked is a little bit different anyway. But it has never been a problem socially or traveling around. It's been fine.
Yeah. Okay. And thank you, because you know a lot of people are watching. You know, it's like I said, it's your private business, but I mean you're putting it out there. Now, one last question on Ladyboys. We'll go on. Are they known? You know, Filipinos are known for taking good care of their men and being different from the ladies over there. Is that the treatment you're getting?
Same treatment. I think it's the way that everyone is raised in the Philippines, and I guess they're raised with their mothers and sisters, so they're doing the same kind of treatment. Want to take care of me, want to clean my house, do my nails, cook the food, all of that.
Really?
Yeah. Now, some guy put in my comments, he says, well, don't paint all Filipinos with a brush. We don't even know if it was a Filipino that took this man's money. Okay. But according to the release that we received, the mayor said it. It said a Filipina that he was chatting with on a date, that he met on a dating site, you know, ran out with the money. She ghosted him. But
I will give it to them. They are incredibly clever and will hit you in ways that you've never been hit in the West. You'll be asked for, like Freddie said, you'll be asked for a little bit, and then it turns into a little bit more, and then there's a crisis, and then all of a sudden you have to give it all up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, here's the thing.
That's the thing about this Messiah complex. Okay, well, the definition says it's a state of mind where an individual believes that he's responsible. Now, where's this responsibility? I don't feel responsible for my chatmate when I sent her $25. How could that even be responsible? I'm just helping out, but I don't feel responsible.
Yeah, you don't believe you're responsible, but some people do. Here's the problem, guys. I tell y'all to watch out for this. Stop.
Why do they feel responsible?
We're chatting too long. Okay? And they want you to do that. When you start chatting, you become emotionally entangled. And once you become emotionally entangled, they got you. Oh, now you're going to start, sympathizing with the lady. And anything that goes on, I'm not gonna ask you, but we ran out of rice last week, and then
Right.
there you go. You're gonna send a bag of rice over. But what's up, Freddie? What you got to say?
I'm just looking on here right quick, just scrolling something. When these guys, not just this one gentleman, but any one of these guys, when you're taking this much money and dumping it overseas into somebody, why would you not do something as simple as what I'm looking at right here and just hire a private investigator to vet these people? I'm literally looking at this right here in front of me. I just typed in hire a private investigator in the Philippines and like 20 different agencies popped up. If you can spend that much money, invest that much money, you can drop a couple $100 and have somebody fully vetted and get a full report on them. And he would have knew immediately, or any of us would know immediately, that apartment doesn't exist. That's not the person's real name. They don't have a good ID. They don't have real ID, the birth certificate. Yeah. They could have went down to the Office of Vital Statistics, write this down, people, and pulled all this data on this person. If they were married, what college they went to, what high school they went to, where they were born. All that stuff they told you and all that stuff on their Facebook profile or on their dating site profile, you could have wrote a couple of notes down for free and had a report pulled on this person. You'd have known in 2 or 3 days. Why would anybody do that? You know doggone well right now in the U.S., you dropping $500 on somebody, you're going to know who they are. Now you're talking about thousands.
But here's the thing. Maybe, see, they think that the investigator's going to scam them. They think I'm going to send my money over here to him. Then he run off and send me some report on somebody else. This is our mindset, man. We trust these women for some reason. Because some guys, why don't y'all tell the truth that Filipinos are just regular women? I said, they're not. Because if they were just regular women to us, we wouldn't do the crazy stuff we're doing. I don't see men, I'm 60 years old. I've never seen men do the stuff we do over here. I mean, we go crazy over here, man.
It ain't it ain't worth your life.
We talk about the wall. How long does it take to hit the wall? Is it 5 years? Do you get tired of the food? You get tired of the heat? You get tired of something, you hit a wall. Okay, well, this guy, he got off the plane and he you told me, Calvin, it's the girl that's the wall. He got off the plane and he hit that wall.
Well, he hit something because he fainted, passed out, or whatever it was when he realized that all that money he sent over here was gone. I guess I'd have faked the damn stroke too.
It didn't take him. It didn't take him five years to hit the wall.
Yeah, I'd have faked the damn stroke too.
So he must have been.
$1,000 was gone.
Did we find out this guy was under Social Security age? Because I'm thinking if he's that wiped out, if he had again, break another one of the rules, if he had a steady income stream, he wouldn't be in the situation he's in right now. He might have been scammed, but he wouldn't have to turn around and go home if he had an income stream. Just a few, we know for a fact, even though it may be living really poor like a Filipino, but a few $100s a month, he could still stay there and start over. Why is he pulling out? Something is really going on that we're not hearing about.
Yeah, we're not hearing a lot of stuff because they're reaching out to the embassy to get him a return ticket. Guys,
that's last resort. That's last resort.
No, I'm gonna keep on telling you. Stop coming over here on these onward tickets. It's a round trip ticket doesn't cost that much more than a one-way ticket because Murphy's Law can and will happen. Okay, man, and that's the thing that got me. See, because you got these channels on here telling guys that, oh, you don't need a round trip, just get a one-way and an onward ticket. They're even telling them to go on these little websites. You can get an onward ticket for $14.99. Okay, now what happens? That's probably what he did. If he don't have sense enough not to send his life statement to a woman, he probably don't have sense enough but he didn't have sense enough to buy a round trip ticket.
An emergency credit card? An emergency credit card.
I
What?
don't know what,
Something is confusing me. This sounds like he just well. It sounds like he left here in bad straits to begin with. Something ain't coming up right. Who would do that? You don't go out of town nowhere without a way to get back in the United States. You're just gonna get a ticket and go way out. I'm here in Florida. I'm gonna run my ass out to California with nowhere to get back.
Well, I can say, Freddie, you're right. They're not going to take the warnings. I'm sitting here smoking a cigarette. And so stay tuned for the post-game show, because this isn't going to be the last guy that hits the wall. There'll be more.
Well, what can we do to bail this guy out? Because even I'm feeling sick about this at this point. I don't even know this guy.
We've already put the information out there. Michael Beats Your Life by Jacob Sanjay. Put my email up there. We're going to reach out to try to help him. But see,
stupid.
They had his face blurred out and everything. He's wanting to be anonymous. Man, if I'm in his situation and I know people can help me, give me the help so I can go on home and, dust myself off and maybe try it again. So put my email up here. I want to do this right here. Wait, let me do this. This is the problem too. He said, just don't send them any money till you meet. Don't ever send them any money. Okay, here's the thing. Let her come along for the ride. Your ride. Okay, spend all the money on you and let her come along for the ride until you know her, till you trust her, and you really develop the relationship. You can't come over here for 2 weeks and know somebody. Don't ever give them any money, even if you meet them. What's that got to do with it? That's what he was talking about, the girlfriend experience. They're going to come over here and suck you down, let you do front, back, sideways, and all of that. That's the girlfriend experience.
I don't know about all that. I don't know.
They want your ass to go back home, mummified and sissified, so you can turn around and start sending money back like you're justified in doing it. Look, guys, I'm going to say this and I'm going to give it to David. Her financial situation is none of your business. And our situation is none of hers. Why are we bringing everything to the table? We don't have to tell her about the $100,000 we got in the 401k. The damn pension is enough. But we want to be Messiah. We want to brag and boast. Look at me. I'm Andrew Tate over here.
You led with the wallet. You led the situation with the wallet. That's not necessary.
Lead with the wallet. That is mental though, to have such low self-esteem that you have to brag, you have to show off. He could have came just like you said, just get here, have his experience, and let her come for the ride. That is the simplest solution that is possible.
That's the only solution to that problem. Spend all the money on you and let her come along. It's going to be a hell of a ride. There's no woman over here that's not going to appreciate that ride, David. I guarantee you that, because I'm staying in nice places. You're going to get a hot shower now. You're going to sleep on a real mattress. You're going to get 3 meals a day. We're never going to ride the pedicab as long as I'm here. We're going to have decent transportation. But I'm not going to hand over my life savings to you and say, hey, you manage it for me.
Something's not adding up. If he had just rolled up there on his own, no relationship, just started setting up his own life, his own apartment, just going out, shopping, maybe come visit, when you guys just doing the single, the bachelor thing, it would have came to him. If you build it, they will come all kind of ways. They will come. All they would have to do was just show up there and just start vacationing. So he got his apartment, got set up, start just getting familiar with the neighborhood. He would have all the opportunities he could possibly think of, and more than he wanted. What guys, what are y'all doing? You've been told 1,000 times from different people, this is how it works. You don't get so caught up with one person fixated, get over there, they catch you at the airport, and then that's it. They control the narrative. You're done at that point. Gentlemen, how many times has Calvin told you, you are the prize? You are the prize.
Yeah, they don't believe it. What was you said? Wait, let me read this. W Secrets to Success. Thanks for that super chat. He said, "Hi, Kyle and guests. I just now realized how much I missed those damn signs by Robert. Great discussion tonight. Yeah.
That's because this is the real life show, man.
Let me answer this and give it to David, because I want to hear more from you, David, because you're coming from a place that most of us aren't coming from. You know, this Ladyboy thing has got a lot of people interested. They're like, man, we've never met a guy. I've never had a guy on the panel who came out and said, hey, yeah, I date Ladyboys. They're much better to me than the women over there. But let me answer this first. He says, Roger T says, simp is short for sympathetic. Okay. Now listen, guys, and I wrote this down. Taking care of a woman is not simping. Okay. Let me just put that out there now. You know, bringing her along for the ride doesn't make you a simp. Now, when you start glorifying her and making her, placing her needs above yours, then yeah, that's a simp, and that's what he did. He sent all his money to her. Well, what about you? You gotta live, you gotta eat, okay? But just getting a woman and taking care of her and taking her out to a nice place to eat and all that—that's not simping. And if y'all think that's simping, man, you're never gonna have a woman. What kind of women y'all looking for? But what were you trying to say, David?
Our fantasy mind will take over. How many movies have you seen where they build up the billionaire guy or the person who has everything into some elaborate fantasy? And before I came here, 6 months before I came here, I was looking on the dating sites, and my fantasies were running high, running strong. And I didn't bother to talk because I believe you got to meet and greet face to face for something to really happen. So I looked, but I didn't touch. But if you would have crossed that line and said, okay, I'm going to communicate, you're going to get taken. Especially if your fantasy is building up outside of your head. No, you got no one you're checking in with. You're not watching this channel, and you're not understanding what's reality is.
Yeah, and that's what happens. One of my friends sent me an email. He said, Calvin, a lot of these guys, he told me to check. He said, they're lonely over-the-road truck drivers. And I was like, wow. And I'll be damned if one of the guys that I was talking about, he sent 12 million over here. He sold all his, and he's still in the Philippines. They're still together. A brother, black man from Alabama. He sold all his land in Alabama, sent the money over here to the woman. Well, of course, she mismanaged it. By the time he got over here, now they got all this land, but the house isn't finished. The business he bought, and the sister's living in the building. You don't do that, guys. Now he's like, well, let's sell this piece of land so we can finish the house. She's like, nope. Who's going to take care of me and my kids when you die? See, they're practicing self-preservation. We're not. We're putting
You would never do
the head of ours. That's simping, man. And this is one of the nicest guys that's ever come to my meet and greet. He came to my meet and greet. I feel sorry for him, man, but we can't do that. But he was a lonely over-the-road driver. His family, he can't even go home. He's ashamed to go home because his family told him don't do it. But he did it anyway.
Why send all your money? You can. Why would you send all your money to somebody? I don't understand.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand it either. Leave the money in the bank. You can still get it when you come over.
Transfer it. What are you doing? Why?
But they're sending it all over there. And then he says, well, we can live off my Social Security. Guess what she said? Oh, that's not enough. Oh man. But they're still together.
Well, she'd have been counted.
Get out of here. I'm like, hit the road,
You're
Jackie.
done. You're done. You're done.
And don't come backy.
Done.
That's what I'd say it.
Could have cashed her ass in so damn quick.
Okay. I love what John said. Just bring the guy with the tape back, and our panel's complete. Well, see, he probably ghosted him too.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, this simping's reached level orange. You know, it's level orange. Simp alert, level orange. You know, when they have that signs out, the different levels, when it hit level orange, it didn't change, so they quit putting it out. You know, it's too late. It's at level. It's not going to change.
Some of these men are as dumb as them fools who got in the Westgate. Oh, I'm sorry.
It clearly states on the look. If you're on the dating site right now, read the fine print. It simply says on there, do not send money to these ladies. And even when you go to the remittance place, it says don't send money to strangers and people you don't know. You don't know these people, man. Wow, that's crazy, guys.
You sell all your possessions, you liquefy everything you got, and you just, yeah, baby, you so pretty. Hey, hold on to this money for me. What?
Then he wants to fake a stroke at the airport. Man, get your ass up and get your ass over to the embassy and get one of them damn repatriation loans. Get up out of that damn bed. Just let that somebody have that bed that really needs you. He didn't have a damn fake stroke.
Elizabeth.
Yeah. I didn't have a damn stroke too.
I'm coming.
The big one.
It's the big one.
I ought to have a wall of shame. No, he's in my Hall of Fame. I put the good and bad in that because I had a guy come over here. He spent $1 million pesos in 1 month over here. See,
he better tap everything from one island to the next.
Okay.
Including a chapter out of your book. I'd have been tapping $1 million in 1 month.
yeah, see the
Every lady, every lady boy, every cow, goat, and carabao.
Yeah, but I mean, what's crazy is they just went from him being scammed to him in the hospital. They're like, well, what happened to you, man? Why are you in the hospital?
He probably dropped his dang on his damn pills for depression.
Something happened. What's the most you've ever? Be honest, David? What's the most you've ever given a woman online?
500 pesos.
That's the most.
That's the most. I'm poor. I'm coming from a little bit. And so if I go to the store, I'm pulling out penny and after penny. And that's in the US. I'm doing that wherever I go. I don't have a wad. I'm not dropping a wad. I'm not throwing, money at the strippers or the pole. None of that. So I'm cheap. I come cheap.
And see, here's the thing, guys. The less you bring to the table, the better off you're gonna be. But we these pimps and players, and I'm gonna show you how much I got. Hell, $1,000 puts you as a high value man over here. But we want to put it all on the table, David. I got millions in the bank over there. You don't believe me? Here's 100,000 right now. I'll buy you a house. Y'all think I'm joking? This is happening over here right now as I speak.
But as a man, they don't feel good enough, so they have to prove it.
That's that Western programming that's been shoved in our head over here. Right here on YouTube, on TikTok, you hear these girls talking. You got to have the bag. You got to have the bag. You got to chase that bag. So right to the bag. But you're going to a country where a decent daily wage is $7 to $10 a day. Who you trying to impress?
But see,
$8.
Guys like Donnie Morris, they're trying to throw the Africans under the bus. They're saying, oh, it probably was an African that did it to him. No. The mayor said it was a Filipino.
Right.
Okay, he did it. He's the mayor. He knows. I'm pretty sure they looked into it, before they going to give him. Really, all they did is give him a free hotel room, except it was in the damn hospital. I mean, he didn't have enough money to get a damn room. Look, if you're watching this video, don't ever do that to yourself 8,000 miles away. They say, oh, man, why are you so hard on him? Yeah, because it's going to save somebody else that heartache,
When he go home, his people gonna tear him a new ass. They gonna dog him out so bad. I hope his mom not allowed to see this. I pray she not, cause she. Oh, I told your stupid ass.
So, Cal, that was true about the guy. Absolutely, it was true. That's not a joke, man. It was true. He kept. It's not the only one. Why do y'all act like this is the only one doing this? It's a lot of people doing this. They've lost their damn minds. And some guys say, well, Filipinos aren't special. Yes, they are. We think they are. If you're going to send a woman 20 million, 12 million, 11 million, who's never even seen 100,000 pesos before, and then you expect to show up and
But
she's
you-
going to manage that for you.
You telling me he showed up with not a penny to his damn name? Think about what you're saying. Most of these guys end up going broke over there. Get over there, go broke. They spend up all their money. They gamble. They womanize. They make bad investments. They get separated from that money. You know, maybe not. One guy had a mental issue problem, couldn't get his meds, and the girl messed around and changed his PIN code on him or something, so he couldn't access his money. No, this guy showed up, booty broke, nothing.
Yeah, because he
So
gave
you
it out
rolled
to
up in
her.
town, you ain't got a penny to your name. You asked for it. You were looking for this to happen. What was he thinking, or what was his mental capacity? Because 1 + 1 don't equal 2 in this. There's a deeper story in this. Something really bad going on. Was he running from something? Something's kind of confusing.
Well, they're trying to throw the Africans under the bus. I'm like, what do the Africans got to do with it?
Do with it.
Try to bring the African love scam into the business. I'm like, look, man, hold on. Oh, you're painting all Philippines. No, I'm not. You know, it was a time when the question was, do Filipinos even date black men? Now they're sitting back licking their chops like, oh yeah, we want one of these suckers. You know, you could give me, I mean, because the stuff I've seen, these is brothers doing it. Millions and millions and millions of pesos. And I'm like, guys, what are you doing? You don't have to do that. You're talking about, okay, if you give a woman 1 million pesos over here, David, I don't know if you're here yet. It's like giving you $1 million back home. We're talking about the degree of difficulty. It's the same damn thing. So we're giving them, it's like hitting the lottery. You know, we're spending 5 million, 10 million on houses over here. You know, it's like buying cars. I mean, it's got to
That's
stop.
the number one lesson. That is the number one lesson for me, that a peso is not a dollar. And if you don't understand that, you're going to mess up. If you don't understand that.
Yeah. True B. Johnson says, Calvin, a lot of these men already be having conversations about marriage to these pretty young things. This is why he's talking about his 401k and retirement pension. Yeah. And this is the problem we're making. Stop doing all of that online. They want you to commit online. They want the commitment online. So now when you get here, it's like, okay, I'm moving in with you. It's like it's like we've been knowing each other forever. That's the girlfriend experience. This is when they've got you. Luckily, I didn't have, when I first encountered that, I really didn't have no money, really. Okay?
That saved you.
That saved me. Because they certainly got a script for you over here. They got a trick, and you're going to fall for it. Even if, because you're going to go home, you're going to be like, damn, man, I spent a whole lot of money over here. I thought the Philippines were supposed to be cheap over there. No.
5 months in here with the Ladyboys, and I hear a new trick every few days.
Yeah.
And that's in 5 months. That's in 5 months. If I was 2 weeks or a month, this stuff would have went right over my head.
Now, where are you meeting these women? I call them women just to be respectful. But where are you meeting them? Are you meeting them on? Do they have like a Ladyboy dating site or something?
There are many of them, and the population. I'm in the densest city in the Philippines, I think, Quezon City. More people here than you can imagine. So you can literally walk across the street and meet 2. You can go to the mall and meet 10.
It's like that.
It's like that. Of all ages.
But see, when I did, they think I'm glad you're on here, David. This is another reason I invited you on here because people think I just be on here yapping, right? They don't realize that the Philippines is fast becoming a number one, a must-see gay destination. I mean, destination for gay men in the United States come in here because it's so many, and they're not going to be scrutinized. Nobody's going to look at them. They're not going to be judged. I did that video a long time ago. Yeah, because I'm seeing it with my eyes. I'm like, wow, you go to places like Panglao Bahal, Boracay, any of the tourist places.
Yeah, Boracay, yeah.
It's no big deal though, but over there it is. Over here it's nothing. People have more on their minds. They might see David and his friend for 1 second. In the minute they pass you, they don't forget all about it. And that's about when we're gonna get something to eat.
This past weekend, I went on a weekend getaway with my girlfriend. We went to Mindoro to Puerto Galera, out on the beach, 3 days snorkeling, all that kind of stuff. And when we went to the town, all the women at the restaurants were Ladyboy.
Wow.
40 different restaurants.
Yeah. But okay, now on one of the videos, the last video I watched, hell, you were like 4 different, lady boys. So you're not seeing just one.
It hasn't come to that yet. And each one I meet says, "Are you going to be with me forever?" I'm like, I'm 62. I'm not really looking forever. But just because we meet doesn't mean we're going to click. Doesn't mean we have chemistry. So you got to meet and see what people are about before you can really make any long-term decision.
Now I know you're considered a prize over here because, imagine if one of them hooks up with you and you take them off and ride into the sunset, man, because that doesn't happen every day over here. Right? I'm pretty sure. Do you have a problem getting rid of them the next day or whatever it is?
Yeah, I do. But I try to be clear about every intention as it's going. I have had some problems with that. I had one girl. We had a great time. We ate dinner. We had fun. And when it was time for her to leave, she said, "You got to give me 15,000 pesos." And I said,
"Oh, wow."
I said, "Well, shouldn't you have mentioned that in the beginning?" This was at the very last moment. And I said, "No, I'm not going to give you 15,000. I'll give you something for transportation." He said, "If you don't give me 15,000 pesos, I'm going to walk out down the street naked." So I opened the door.
Yeah. Wow. But okay, now there is one. There is one lady boy that you're on there, pretty regular with. Y'all must have some type of connection. I saw y'all on the plane together.
Yeah, we met in Manila when I first got there. I was in Taguig, and we went. She was visiting her family in Manila from the province in Surigao, and so we were. That was my first hangout in March. Yeah, but there's too many people here to just meet one and say I'm done. That could happen if you're looking for a wife. You're looking for a long-term relationship, but I'm not. If it happens, I'm down for it, though. I will definitely support and love and take care of them.
Yeah. Are you down with taking them to the doctor? Or you haven't got to that point yet?
That's smart.
I think, yes. I've talked about, I bring up health from teeth to blood to, I have health issues. I have high blood pressure, so that definitely will come up. But many of my meetings is just a meeting. It doesn't end up in the bedroom because you may not have chemistry.
Yeah.
I can't do
You've been over here for 5 months. I'm pretty sure you've seen how far that rabbit hole goes, don't you? I'm pretty sure.
It's deep.
Okay, John Gomez says, "Aren't you afraid? Are you scared of AIDS?"
I'm scared of AIDS. I'm scared of heart attacks. I'm scared of strokes. A buddy of mine in the States stroked out 3 days ago. So I'm scared on all kind of levels, but I'm grateful for every day, and I'm careful. Somehow I made it to this point. People don't make it to age 10. People don't make it to age 3. I'm 62, so something. I've been careful and just scared enough to stay alive, and luck.
Yeah. So he's saying there's no need for you to be scared because you already hit. But I'm pretty sure. Now, do you plan on staying here? Are you going back anytime soon, David?
I'm going back in September, but I think I'm gonna get there, be there a couple months, get another ticket, and come on back because I live in one of the wealthiest communities in California. I'm surrounded by all the programmers, but I'm not wealthy. And but these people, they don't speak to each other, so they definitely don't speak to me. So I'm out there completely isolated. So I will be back. I like that here.
Yeah. Now, Male 2023 says, "Who's the guy with the glasses? Does he have a channel? Thanks. Give him your channel again."
My channel is the Poor Man's Passport Guy. Poor Man's Passport.
There it is right there, Mel. It's right under his name. I mean, right on his face. Okay. So this guy says, so you only date lady boys? Are you open to dating women or just lady boys?
I don't want vagina.
Yeah. Okay. See, he's giving the nitty gritty, guys. You know, if you want to know about that, because, you know, people secretly want to know that stuff, David, but they won't bring it on my channel. So when I saw, somebody sent me your channel, by the way, because I know I've seen you on my channel before, but I never thought you really had a channel. But somebody said, hey, man, that guy that's always on your channel, he's got a YouTube channel. He said, is that a woman or a man he's with? And I didn't really care. So I didn't even look at it. But then I just clicked the link later on, either later on that day or the next day. And there it was. And I showed it to Marilyn. I was like, is this a woman or a man? And she said, that's a man. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, you know, that's how it was. And, you know, when we got to talking about that, and I was like, I wonder if he knows about the AIDS over here. And
AIDS is everywhere. And I know it's out of control here. And but I think like what you said about circumstances, you everywhere you go, there's gonna be circumstances that has nothing to do with you, but you have to take responsibility for yourself.
Yeah. Jack Wolfinger says, David, respect to you for your honesty. Yeah, everybody respects his honesty because I would rather deal with somebody. My mother always said it about racists. She said, I would rather deal with people who I know hate me than somebody who pretends to like me, but when I turn my back, they hate me. What are you thinking back there, Robert? You've been quiet today. You feeling okay today?
Well, you know, okay, why do we come here? Essentially, why are we here? Why am I here? Why are you here, Calvin? Why is David here? Why is Freddie? Why did Freddie come on today? Because we've all heard about the no-go zone, right? The no-go zone, you know, down in Mindanao. Watch out, you know, the boogeyman. But, you know, and pay attention to that stuff. It's real. You can go on and do your research. But why are we here? Essentially, why are we here? Because we want to be in the go zone. We want to be in the go zone. And what is that? That's called the ZPD. We're in the ZPD, Calvin. When we join you on your live stream, I'm expecting to be in the ZPD. Now, what is that, Calvin? That's called the zone of proximal development, okay? And what does that mean? That's the space between what you know and what you can learn to do without assistance and what you can learn to do with guidance or collaboration with more capable peers.
Say, hey, Boo. Booby got a new scooter.
We want to be in that. We want to be in that zone of proximal development with more capable peers. That's why I'm here. You're dropping gems. Keep dropping gems. Just keep going.
Calvin, question.
Yeah.
What this will also be a learning experience as far as proof that we really need to work on building that networking system, the same networking system that the Filipinos have there and here. They all stick together. Why as foreigners, Americans, Europeans, Westerners, more even closer black men, why are we not recognizing the need for this just networking? That guy could have been saved simply by networking with one of us, networking with you, any one of these bloggers. You could have told about the red flags, and this whole thing could have been averted and would have been a non-starter. He still would have been in the Philippines, but without the heartache and all these embarrassments and drama and tribulations.
Yeah.
What to do? Why are we not doing that? And these resources are readily available to all of us.
That's right. He should have entered the go zone. We're in the go zone.
Now, David, you're adding another facet. Do you understand what you're about to open up? It can be really big. This can be really big for you.
No, see, the problem is it's already there, Freddie. They just don't use it. We want to do everything. We're Americans, man. We're individuals. We don't think about coming together. That's why when immigrants move to our country, they pass us up in one generation. We're left behind because we're always trying to do stuff on our own.
Yep.
And that's what happens over here. Because the guy says, "Oh, well, everybody doesn't look at YouTube about the Philippines." That's bullshit. I mean, you know it. That man, there's no way he's dealing with a Filipino unless he's been watching somebody or somebody told him about Filipinos and the Philippines.
Exactly.
Don't stop and say, "Oh, I think I'm gonna go to the Philippines and send all my life savings over here to a stranger." I'm sorry, it don't happen like that. Yeah, we want to do all this stuff on our own. We're sneaking over here. Okay, y'all see all the guys that come and see me. Come to my guest house and see how many people signed that wall. You know how many people I've interviewed? Maybe 2 or 3. Because Americans, we're over here sneaking over here. We don't want anybody to know we're over here. It's like,
we need to accept.
Who are you? And I can't interview you and ask you a few questions. And so you can give out some information to my viewers. They don't want to do it.
Big space, a big space on between what you can do on your own and what you can do with assistance from your more capable peers. Pay attention, wake up. We're in the go zone here. Come on, people. Throw some more gems out there, Calvin.
The Beach of Life, thanks for that super chat. He said ZPD for life. I think we might change that from the NTZ crew to the ZPD crew, Robert.
Well, then you're going to get guidance if you're here for guidance with more capable peers. What's the purpose of coming here? What are we just coming here to laugh and chat? I mean, look at here. We got Freddie and David. There's some serious conversation going on here.
Yeah, but we want to talk about the problem all the time. We don't want to talk about the solution. The woman is the problem for you over here. A lot of us, she's our problem because we focus so much of our attention and so much of our energy on her. You don't give it to yourself and what you should be thinking about. Your well-being. Okay, so you over here thinking about somebody else's well-being, 8,000 miles from home. Like, are you stupid? But then it's just like Rod said right here. Man, those guys don't listen. They think they can do it on their own. This is our problem. Or they'll come to you after the fact, after they've already done it.
After they're in the orange zone. after they're already in the no-go zone.
Mark says, please explain the zone of proximal development.
The zone of proximal development is the space. It's the space between it. There are 3 stages. What you can do on your own without assistance, what you can do with assistance, what you can do listening to it's all about learning what you can do with guidance from more capable peers.
Okay, now Big Dog said, when any of your panel members go to Mindanao, not just Davao, but further south or east. I've been all over Mindanao. Yep. It's not this scary place that, now, is there some scary places there? Absolutely. But Mindanao is vast. It's the second biggest island in the Philippines. I've been all over it. I've never had a problem. What about you, David? Have you been there before?
I went to the Ladyboy on the plane. We were going to Mindanao.
What part of Mindanao?
Lanuza, which is on the coast, up in the jungle. So
Oh wow.
I realized anything could happen, but I was going to take that risk. That's where the family was at. I wanted to see what was up there, and I wanted to see about these darker skinned Filipinos and kind of see what was going on.
Yeah.
So Mindanao was
Yeah, but since Freddie came on here, I don't know. I'm just going to sort of throw this out here, Freddie, and you can tell us what it's all about, the real nitty gritty. What about this expiration date? Do they, if you're looking the other way across the street, do they have an expiration date?
No, not really. I don't think so. You can always come back.
Well, you're not. See, the expiration date has all to do with maturation and development, childbearing, and that time where she's, productive in that space of life where she's productive. I guess you have no expiration date then.
Well, I'm gonna answer that one. We're so far ahead of them in age that by the time they reach that, Robert, hell, we're dust.
We're dead. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So I mean, let's be honest about it. By the time Merlin gets 60, I'm probably gonna be, begging Jesus to get into heaven some damn where, because I don't think I've earned it. But C.D. Morrissey says, I thought this was called the Messiah complex. It is. It's the mindset. This is what we're talking about. When you're spending money and you believe you're responsible for women over here that you don't even know.
You believe you're responsible. You actually believe, for some reason, how many thousands of miles away that you're responsible?
Yeah, see? But he's missing the whole point. He doesn't understand this is the reason we do it, because we have the Messiah complex. Look, if you come over here and you're not married to a woman, you don't have children, and you build a house and a lot for her, I don't understand. Why are you doing it? I mean, you haven't even known the lady long. She's a stranger. She hasn't even earned it, man. You can know a woman. Oh, man. That's the Messiah complex. And it's done over and over and over here. If you wouldn't believe it, because y'all way over in America. Y'all think I'm just on here talking. I see it just about every day, buying new cars for women who don't even have license. If that's not putting the cart before the horse. You buy the car and then you say, okay, honey, now I'm gonna pay to have you go and get your license. How stupid is that? What's going on over here that's making us do this? I don't know. I can't figure it out. Okay.
The poison of the West. The poison of the West. The things we're talking about right here, in the United States and the manosphere and in the Matrix. We're so sick of it. We're so desperate that we'll fall for any damn thing that sounds better. Any breath of fresh air will do the trick. And it's like, okay, yeah, I can have whatever I want, and my ice cream and my cake and eat it too. Hell yeah, baby. What it called? What it called? I got you, baby. I got you. Even though what they fail to realize is, hell, you the damn pimp. All you got to do is roll up. How about you don't even give a damn, and they will come to your door. And the sad part about it is Calvin been telling us that this is not new information.
Well, but here's the answer right here, because this is what we always want to do. We always want to put the blame on the woman over here. Cliff Walcott says it speaks of the cowboy men, not the cowboy women, and this is exactly right. 99 times out of 100, they're never going to ask you for anything. Do you think a woman is asking this guy, which I know 3 guys over here who built houses, and they're not married, they don't have kids with the woman or anything. Do you think she actually said to them, woke up one day, pillow talk, and said, hey, would you build me a house? She knew she better not say that, because that's a red flag. But what she'll do is she'll do whatever it is to infatuate this guy to the point of no return, but he'll feel responsible for her and her 5 or 6 kids or whatever it is, and build a house and a lot, and spend $150,000 US on it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
What you got over there?
Very
And then
responsible for the pack of
you're going
condoms.
to end up. You're going to end up in the post game show. You got your game.
I'm hearing it. I'm understanding it. My only true interest is trying to get next to this guy and find out what the hell was in his mind. What the hell did that girl tell you?
Yeah, this is where
That's a smooth talking ass. I mean, something.
Okay.
I'm
Something.
trying to stop it from happening. Okay, now Abel's journey says giving people too much money too quickly changes their reality.
Yes,
It
it
causes
does.
them become entitled and delusional. And that's exactly what I'm seeing over here. Now you got people over here who one day they were out in front of 7-Eleven begging change for a pack of cigarettes. Now
Yep.
they got millions of pesos in the bank, living in a big ass mansion, driving a brand new car. It's like overnight, and their whole personality changed. They don't know anybody now. They're on a pedestal now. They're looking down on their fellow Filipinos. We've destroyed them. Then when something happens to us, when we leave or we die, guess what? They go right back down.
Right back down.
Didn't anybody?
Those same people that they've been looking down on.
Looking down. That's a good one, Calvin. Looking down on. Didn't anybody here watch Star Trek? They're violating the Prime Directive.
Right.
You're messing around. You're messing around with people. You're gonna, you meddle with people. Better if you just.
Yeah. Rule number one. Because David said that he's just now getting this peso to dollar thing under control. See, some of us never get it under control. So this is our problem. We use that exchange calculator in our head. We never try to figure out, hey, this is a peso economy. All you got to do if you want to figure it out is look at their salary. That's an easy way to do it.
About $10 a day. About $10 a day.
If you want to know if you're giving somebody some money, just look at their salary. It's going to tell you, hell yeah, you're giving, because what we're doing is changing people's lives in a way that they could never do under normal circumstances. And
right.
It's not okay to do, if you're married to, if you got a family together and all that, but just to do it, just because you want to be Nino Brown when you come over here, and that's what a lot of us, we're George McFly over there. And we know we're George McFly, but by looking at these videos, hey, if I go to the Philippines, I can be Andrew Tate. And
Thumbs up. Let's get the thumbs up here. Let's get the thumbs up. You want more of this? You want more of the zone of get the thumbs up.
Yeah, this is crazy, Robert, that we have to keep asking people for thumbs up. What's going to happen is one day they're going to click on here. I'm going to be gone. Because channels like, man, they're underappreciated until they're gone. Okay, then they're like, well, where's Sunshine Show? Because you're not supporting me. You're not even clicking the damn thing. That's what a guy sent me a comment. He said, Calvin, he said, I notice how you and your moderators are always begging people to hit the thumbs up. He says, you shouldn't have to do that. He says, if people like what you're presenting, they should automatically hit the thumbs up. But we don't do it. We sit back and we just want to get all this good information, all this good entertainment. And don't even think about, helping the vlogger. Because Filipino vloggers, David, and you're going to have to deal with this sooner or later, because your channel is going to be big. I'm going to be the first to tell you. You're going to have a big channel one day. Going to be following you. You're not supposed to earn any money on YouTube. You're not supposed to have any PayPal, Patreon. You're not supposed to do anything that all the other YouTubers around the world are doing to gain support and income, because we're in the Philippines, so it's a double standard. And then the viewers, we buy into that. We look at these old troll videos and say, oh, I ain't giving him nothing. I'm not supporting him and all of this, right? But you go to America, man, you watch these manosphere channels. How do you think a man like Andrew Tate, I bring Andrew Tate up because he's a perfect example. He earned millions and millions on social media from people clicking like, from people giving him PayPal. I'm talking about he's to a place where we'll never be. Okay? But it's a double standard over here. Okay? So I'm just telling you guys, one of these days, I may get tired of it. I mean, like, man, I'm giving all this. They won't even click the damn like button. I'm not going to ask you. I'm going to put it in my description. If you want to do it. Hey, Ron Masterson, thank you so much for that super chat. He said, Cal, salute to your panel. David could be in your Hall of Fame. Salute to the brother.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to put him in my Hall of Fame. He's in there because he came out literally in front of thousands of people, man. He don't give a damn, man. We're in a state like David. Do you really give a damn what people think about you?
Not at all.
I mean,
Not
really.
Respect.
You certainly wouldn't have came on here, right?
Exactly.
It's going to work in his favor. It's going to work in his favor.
It's going to work in his favor.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you that it won't be long. How many subscribers you got, David?
I don't know. I think I'm up to maybe 200.
It'll be 2,000 real quick.
We're gonna monetize you, so when you come back over here, you'll be able to stay over here longer. But you're gonna do it yourself because you got good content, and you're coming from a place that we don't normally see on YouTube over here. There's no other channel I can punch on and see a man just out here living his best life with a ladyboy next to him. It's not out here, David. You're the only one. So
Okay.
you got to take advantage of that, man.
You know, on this topic today, I had to put some new words in my mouth, which is what's in it for me. If someone is asking me for the house, the lot, the car, I have to, for whatever transaction it is, it's transactional. You get this, what do I get? What's in it for me?
Yeah.
What we doing? Exactly. What we doing? That's it's gonna go somewhere. That's definitely gonna be original. Can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the problem, Calvin. That's the problem. They're afraid to close the chat when they might miss something. Yeah, I've experienced that myself. I don't know what the solution is. They need a better way to do that.
Yeah. Here's the thing, right? Now, wait. He says, I'm a Democrat. That's why I hit the like button 5 times. Oh, man. That guys are crazy. No, but really, there's no need for people to have to. Some of my best videos, they can't even get 1,000 likes. I'm like, come on, man. How can I have 10,000 views and 400 likes? It don't make sense to me. I'm still trying to figure it out. Hey, Elizabeth Tate channel, that she's got a good channel, but we're not interested in cooking channels. Y'all know all we're interested in cooking over here. Right?
We want that. We're cooking that peanut pie.
Yeah, that's all we want to see. Does she know how to cook the peanut pie? But she really has a great channel. And according to her husband, Frank Tate, she's a great cook. She said, good morning, Cal and brothers on your panel. He said people forget to like, but Tim West said, David, I appreciate your ability to not let others bother you. I believe we all will be in a better space mentally and physically by mastering this. I believe it. But he's in the right place. He's in the Philippines. If that's your game, you don't have anything to worry about. People aren't worried about that kind of stuff. They don't care who he's sleeping with, who he's taking to the damn sorry store and all of that.
What it got to do with me? Nothing.
It ain't got nothing to do with it. I got to give him his respect because he's not hiding over here. I'm going to interview him one day. I'm going to get up that way. He'll get down this way. And I'll put him on the hot seat. You know, I asked him a crazy thing. You know,
YouTube's they're gonna put him out there. He's gonna hit that algorithm. They're gonna put him out there. He's gonna
be so big over here. It's gonna be ridiculous
You're
because
gonna open up a whole new facet. I mean, it was already there actually, because when I was there, I saw it, but you know, it was just there. And so, yeah, you if you go down that rabbit hole, yeah, you're gonna wake up a lot of people there, brother. I promise you, that's gonna be interesting. You may open up a whole new tourist attraction.
He's gonna bring a lot of people out of the
I
closet.
think, yeah, David's part of that ZPD crew.
Yeah.
The Filipino closet has opened. You might, you got an idea. You might have think about all those opportunities you have to have those paid personal lecture interviews. You know, the one-on-ones. Oh yeah, you're gonna have some serious opportunities, man. Stick with it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man, you got it right there in front of you. All you gotta do is interview one of your friends and say, you know, hey.
And you know the great thing about it, it's not fake news. He's the real deal.
Right. It's the real deal. Anybody would tell you who's actually been to the Philippines, it's right there. It's right there. It's part of the culture. It's right in your face. It's just that we haven't really we haven't given it the exposure. You're giving the exposure. You might have something there. You might have something there. Your own nitty gritty from the other side.
He's got the shitty gritty.
He can give some guidance.
Yeah, he got the shitty gritty, not the nitty gritty. Sammy Davis says, if you were here and you buy your girl a house because you have a baby, you're just paying your child support to the man. Yeah, that's all it is.
I'm sorry.
If you have zero ties, that's just foolish. That's the way I look at it, Sammy. And that's just the way I look at it. I'm like, if I don't have any ties with a woman, why should I feel responsible? Or why do I believe I'm responsible for taking care of her? But my definition here says saving them.
Captain Saber 304.
The Messiah has arrived.
304. Write it up, man. Write it up. 304.
Moshe has arrived.
304. That's what's going on. Going back to
already hit it. His channel popped up on my feed tonight, and I'm subscribed. Yeah, thanks, Irvin Gilcrease. He's going to get his 1,000. What's this? I'm gonna give you 1 month because I always push people out there anyway. But you deserve it because you got good content. You just keep bringing don't change though. Just bring the, put them in front of the camera. And you're gonna see. That's gonna be funny.
That's a good idea. Keep bringing them up. Keep extra. And tonight, my next guest. Oh.
Yeah, you gotta put out the content. You gotta have content.
And I would suggest, how about doing some of those video walkarounds?
Okay. Hey, Booby's got a wee-wee.
That's the, you know what? You might be on to something. Yeah.
He said, what's the name of your channel again? What's the name of your channel again?
The Poor Man's Passport Guide.
William Davis said it's a shitty job, but somebody has to do it.
Somebody got to do it. Oh, it's a good thing we're not drinking. This might go left real quick.
He says, Sway Houston says, I can't promise I'll watch your content, but I'll sub for a guy being true to himself. Yeah, that's what it's all about. He's 62, I'm 60. How old are you, Freddie?
54. 54 today.
Hey, happy birthday.
Thank you.
How old are you, Robert?
60. I'll be 67 in the first of the year.
Yeah, so we all in our fourth quarter of our life. If you do give
That's
a
it.
damn, man, look, hit the I don't give a damn button, man. If you don't have one, you better get one. Because I don't give a damn.
I already did it on the screen. I already did it on the screen. I already hit you up on the screen up there behind me.
Yeah, I don't give a damn. He said, I'd be drinking if I wasn't on the wheel. They said, happy birthday, Freddie. What?
Thank you.
This booby? Get out of
Thank
here.
you so much. I don't.
Yeah, they said happy birthday. He says, there's not a gray hair in sight. Now, do you have gray hair if you let it grow out?
Ain't no damn hair.
Oh yeah, he got a little gray hair on there.
This is Slick Hair Club. Slick Hair.
Yeah, I knew I was getting old when I had them salt and pepper balls, you know. And but Marilyn don't seem to care though. She don't care.
Salt and pepper. What's wrong with you, boy? But see, look what's happening right here. All these different men, these different experiences, these different subscribers, different commenters, and thank you guys for happy birthday. Thank you so much. And this person, I'm trying to be nice, robbed himself or allowed himself to be robbed of all these experiences. The hell is he thinking?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
He never even imagine how disappointed he must be.
He never had a chance.
He never even had a chance to experience the Philippines. He had the right attitude, but he did. Oh man, wow. That's got to be no wonder. Like I said, he faked the stroke. David, what would you have done?
I would have went into a cave and hid my ass away.
He hit the wall.
I'd have been sitting right in the Filipino jail right now tonight. right there, right in the Filipino jail right there. Somebody getting knocked the hell. Never mind.
He hit the wall. He hit on the first day. He hit the wall. Some people it takes 5 years.
You know, it's a big argument. Are you taking your Social Security at 62, or did you take it, David?
Yeah.
Yeah. I am too. If I'm fortunate enough. Michael Beach Your Life already put up a link to his channel. Put that up again, Michael, please.
I've outlived everyone in my family, so I'm taking everything I can. I live each day like it's the last, and I'm grateful every time I wake up.
I'm outliving my doctors. I've outlived 2 doctors already.
Damn.
And one retired, and I don't know how many. I've outlived a bunch of doctors already.
Okay.
Yeah. Now,
Same.
I don't think she's ever seen your channel, because she said, that's interesting channel, sir. I'm married to a passport bro. Yeah, but he's got the poor man's passport guide. Is it to the Philippines or just the poor man's passport guide?
It's to the poor man's passport guide, and I was going to do Southeast Asia. Got here, went to Thailand, and came back, and I don't want to leave. I love it here.
Yeah. Now see, and then you're not a ladyboy, Lilibet. He likes ladyboys, and boys, they're gonna open up a can of worms, because believe it or not, I got a friend who's coming today. We're going out to dinner with his name. I'm not gonna tell his name, but he's from Australia, and he's I guess has a fiance that's a ladyboy. But I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't know that his woman was a ladyboy until we went out to dinner, and his woman and Marilyn were sitting side by side, and she was so much bigger than Marilyn, and the light went off in my head. I'm like, well, damn, this is a ladyboy. But I told you, man, I didn't know it, because I guess she must be taking hormones or something. Because I seen them, like, this was the 3rd time I saw them together, and did not look like a man until I saw, way over Maryland. Make Maryland look like a midget.
Were you checking them out?
I got eyes. I'm gonna look. because I said,
Well, the new Miss Norway is a man.
Yeah, I heard that.
Wow.
I don't know about universe though. We'll see about that one.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
Don't say it, Calvin. The moment you say it ain't gonna happen, bam.
But you know what?
Yeah, right.
When they announced the winner, all the girls were clapping. When they announced the winner, all the women were clapping for that guy.
Yeah, but see, what's going to happen is that would ruin the whole. They have to call it Miss Ladyboy universe, right?
Well, the only way
the whole brand. If they
the only way that it could stop, and it's is if all the other women didn't participate.
Right.
Yeah. Now let me ask you: as any of the women that, because they identify as women, right, David?
Yes.
Have they had the operation or not? Or do you know?
Most don't. I think about 90% do not have that operation.
Yeah.
Most don't want it.
Afford it. They can't afford the hormones.
It costs so much money.
I got a question for Freddie, or excuse me, David.
You give them a checkup, or you just take for granted that they can't afford it?
I've read the operation is so expensive and they can't do it. Then I asked, if you could afford it, do you want that? And a lot of them just want to keep the same equipment.
I mean,
okay, but how many are asking him, since it's a poor country? How many? Be honest, David. How many have asked you for help with the hormones?
A few have asked. It's mentioned that they want hormones.
Yeah.
But I haven't been asked that a lot.
Yeah.
No.
Do you grab them by the pussy, David?
I knew it was coming.
I grab them by the balls.
Oh, okay.
I knew it was coming. Why? Okay, you had to go there.
But you were married to a woman before, right, David?
Twice.
And you got children.
Yes.
You said, the hell with that. I'm done with that bullshit.
Ooh, you understand. You know.
This is profound because I've got a niece, right? I've got a niece. She's a lesbian now and been a lesbian for years. But she had 4 kids first. And I was giving her a ride home one time. I was just like, well, why all of a sudden are you dealing with women? She said, because I got tired of being mistreated by men. That's what she said. She said the same thing you said, David. That's the reason why you start dealing with ladyboys, because of the mistreatment from American women over there. She said she tired of the way men were mistreating her. So I said, well, hell, I might as well try a woman.
Okay.
She said, treat her better.
Okay, so how does David find his collaboration with other capable peers?
As far as what?
Well, information. You know, how do they do this? What to expect? I mean, he must have some collaboration. Is he the only one out there coming forward? Is he the only one?
Good question.
Good question.
I don't know, because I never thought of that as my topic. That's just who's in my periphery. That's who I want to be around. But I never thought of it as the focus.
No, I mean,
brother, let me tell you, the floodgates are about to open.
Are there other Western men that, you know, have you ever went out on a double date with, you know, 2 men and 2 ladyboys?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. But I think in the West, the 4 of us, we could pass each other on the street and not give each other the time of day, because, like you said, Cal, we come from being individuals, rugged individuals. You get here and you realize to have that group, have that core and that support.
What did I walk into? McDonald's.
No.
He's the real outlaw.
Have you met other foreigners over here?
I talked to 1 foreigner since I've been here.
And he dates ladyboys too?
No, just 1 foreigner. We don't like to talk to each other. But as far as the ladyboys, I have not talked to anybody else about that. However, we go to McDonald's, we go where I have to go. They come with me, and it's no problem. So
Has anybody tried to steal your date?
I see guys looking like, oh, I could do that. I could hang with her. I see the expressions,
Right?
especially the ones that are really foxy looking.
Surprise, surprise.
And they know, and I don't care. They don't have to be so beautiful. They're undercover. I dated one that was, I'm 6'1", or I used to be. I dated one that's above my head. So what? She's a basketball player.
Over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do y'all hold hands when y'all walk down the street, or you try to be more indiscreet?
Hold hands, hold arms, walk up next to each other. It depends.
Yeah. So what is your kids? Do your children know?
Yeah.
And how old are your children?
My son is 35, daughter 38.
Okay, yeah. Well, this is why. Because we're not in America. He says, why so much attention? The LGBTQ community is huge and powerful in America, man. Nothing new. You don't live in America right now, are you? You're not in America right now. He's in the Philippines. And most of the men you don't see, especially coming on my channel, talking about dating ladyboys. It's just something new to me. He's you're the second one. You're the first brother, but you're the second that's actually, said, hey, because the guy that we're meeting tonight, for the whole time he was talking to me and he said, yeah, I brought my wife to Australia. I thought he was talking about a woman, but he was talking about, a man, really. I don't know.
Well, we about to find out. We're gonna learn tonight.
Now, do you ever get harassed?
In the U.S., I saw that happening. I don't see. And the ladyboys here tell me that they get discriminated. It's hard to get jobs. I've met a few that are in call centers and have a good job, but they had to go to college for that.
Yeah, I mean, do you get harassed over here?
Me?
Probably not.
Me? Seriously, I haven't been harassed one time. It hasn't happened.
Yeah. Now, Freddie's not the lady, but Freddie, you're not married to a lady boy. He said, no biggie, Freddie, just be you. It's David that likes a lady boy. Freddie, you're married to a woman, right?
Yeah. You know that.
No, I know. I want you to tell them.
Oh, no.
He thinks you're the one who likes men.
Regular peanut pie.
Yeah. Now, Internet Explorer says, what about them are different that he chose them over real women?
I think the makeup is different. You're getting boy, girl in one package. And that's what's different for me.
Okay. Yeah.
So I know because they have testosterone levels similar to mine. I know that they can look all cute, but at the same time they got some edge on them that I like.
But you've never dressed up like a woman, have you?
No.
Now we need the nitty gritty, Dave. We need the nitty gritty, man. Do you got on a G-string under them jeans?
Where are you going with this, man?
We're having fun, man.
The man not wearing no thong, man. Come on now. You no T-backs, man. All I know is when I was there, you would see lady boys at the mall. But the lady boys that I would notice, you would notice them because you would see that they were trying to emphasize their bodies, dressing better, hair always perfect. You go, man, that person wait a minute, that's a dude. You walking down the street and you're going about your business with this Filipino or whatever you're doing, and you go, that person dressed pretty. Wait a minute, that's a guy. And it was always like that. Whether you went to a club or a bar or the mall.
we're just having a grown conversation. That's all
Yeah.
we're having. I'm not
And he was
trying to
this. It was just normal.
anything because remember he came on my channel and he's being open. I'm just asking questions that a normal person would ask. Like, so you're the man in the relationship, and there's no ifs, ands, and buts about that.
Yeah,
right?
they call me the top.
They call you what?
The top.
They call me the top, and they're the bottom.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's funny, man. You're funny.
I know.
Dude.
Okay, Freddie, I'll tone it down.
So what he's trying to tell you is he doing the picture, not the catching.
We've all experienced, that level of infatuation. With a female, you get that level of infatuation. Is it the same, Freddie? Or David? I'm sorry, Fred.
I don't know.
No, Fred, I'm asking, is it the same level of infatuation you have with a female? How would you describe it differently?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I find the Ladyboys here are much softer than they are in the West, in the U.S. They're coming from hardness in the West. But they're very soft. I can tell they've been raised around a lot of girls, and they take that role 100%.
Okay, but what my point is, Freddie, is like when you're dating a female, you have that infatuation.
Whoa.
Wait, it's David.
David. I'm Freddie.
David, I'm sorry. When that level of infatuation goes away and you get that little cringe, like, what did I do? When that level of infatuation goes away, David, what then?
I guess at my age, I'm not going through that big infatuation mode. If I like you, I'm going to keep liking you. It's going to continue. And I don't want a weekend. I don't want a one-night stand. I want to see you this week, next week, maybe next month, and to develop friendship.
Now, do you live by yourself?
That's going to make me stick around.
Do you live by yourself?
Yeah. I'm in monk mode.
So you don't have you don't have a friend with you now?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe want to show a face or something.
Next time.
Yeah. Rod Masterson says, so David, do you pay for your company? And if so, how much?
Good question.
Good question. I'm not paying. I'm paying a lot less than what I paid in the U.S. In the U.S., everything was paid to play. The wives that I had, I've lost more money than I could ever lose here.
Yeah.
I don't know of a relationship where there isn't something for something. The one that we went on the vacation together, she's never asked me for a nickel. We get together about once a week, which is good for me because I'm busy trying to do these videos and keep up with things. So I don't really want, I've had the relationships where you're living together, raising children together. I don't really want to do that. I like my time. I like being solo, but I want a companion and I want someone I can count on.
Yeah. Thanks, Irvin Gilcrease, for that super sticker. Okay, now, somebody said, what do you mean you're monk mode? So you're just over here. So y'all just clothes burning? So you're not really getting busy?
No. I mean that when I say monk mode, I've had the relationship for years and years. The wife paying out lots of money. I've had all of that. I like my time now. I like living alone. I like being able to make my videos by myself and have a space to myself. But I'm dating all the time. I love dating.
You're bachelor mode. You're bachelor mode.
He's escaping the matrix.
Bachelor mode, and you just do what you want to do when you're ready to do it. So you tell them I like you and I want you. Now we can do this the easy way. We can do this the hard way.
Well, Freddie, you were a bouncer, Freddie. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, with somebody, if you knew that they were transsexual or whatever they call it, I'm not sure. Anyway, that would take a different type of management, right? Handling someone that's, I don't know, just out of sorts.
No, half the girls there were lesbians. Some of them were, that was not the situation. This is Florida, so
yeah,
anything goes, and you deal with them the same way. If you walk up in this establishment You know what this is. So don't get out of pocket. You know where you're at. Act like an adult. Otherwise, get the hell out. That's how I went.
Okay, now, David, let me ask you. You know that, of course, we have deep voices. Do they ever change their voice once they get to know you? Does it ever go back to, yeah, David, take me home? Does it ever go from, hey, baby, you look good? And then
Stop it, Calvin. Stop it.
they're like, hey, David, can you buy me a bucket of cigarettes?
Some have deep voices, and there's been a few who try to take it kind of high, and then they talk to their friends, and it drops back down. But I'll take the sound. I do sound, so I take it anyway. I've met ones that their voice is high and stays high, no matter what's happening.
I got to ask the question. I got to do it, Calvin. Calvin gonna come up with it first. So, your company stays over for the evening, just one evening.
Okay.
And you're relaxing. You've had a couple of drinks. You're sitting back, watching TV. You done did your thing, whatever go down. And what comes across your mind when you hear that? When you hear that trickling of urine in the bathroom? You know what I'm talking about?
When they go pee.
Yeah.
Well, this is real personal, but I kind of like to watch.
Question asked, question answered. There we go. Look at Calvin's face.
Now that one got by me. David. What are you talking about?
Got him.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch the replay.
Yeah, you watch the replay on that one, Calvin. I got you.
That's the real comfort room.
You want nitty gritty? That's nitty gritty. Look at Calvin.
You said you made me cry. No, I was just asking.
That gives a different definition.
Y'all gonna say one of these days? Y'all gonna say, I remember when he was on Calvin's channel and he was new, because this guy's channel is gonna blow up.
Oh, it's gonna blow up tonight. 10,000 views, man. You about to blow up, brother.
It's no longer it's no longer the CR. It's something different, but it's not the CR anymore.
Ooh, it's about to get rough around here. I need a drink.
I don't know though. Oh yeah, here's his channel, guy. Let's get him.
Exactly. Mic drop. I like to watch mic drop.
No, we're not mocking him, man. He's a grown man.
No. These are grown. Look.
He says he doesn't give a damn about what people think.
Here are the look.
He certainly don't.
This gonna blow him up.
I'm here to talk to grown man. Okay.
Yeah. That's right.
Look, all the questions you always wondered.
Yeah, because because people are like, well, why are you so interested? Because I've never really met anybody on my panel. I mean, I've got 1,000 questions I could ask without getting personal. I'm just saying, like, does he get harassed? Does he feel, cringy when,
It's like the ladies when they get up at the restaurant and the other ladies follow her to the CR.
Now,
I go along for the ride.
When they go to the beach, do they wear the bikini or do they wear just the regular trunks?
Both. They'll wear some shorts and a bra or a bikini top. Some wear full bikini. It's a new thing for me though. This is my first time. This past weekend was my first time actually going on a weekend trip to the beach.
So
you'll
are
see that.
Girlfriends other trans, or are they a combination of women and other trans?
One more time.
Are there girls always move in clusters? So these are clusters of ladyboys or a cluster of girls and ladyboys together when y'all go out? Just the circle they move in.
Oh, the Filipinos, the women and the ladyboys they got some online circles that they will not tell you about. And they are taking pictures of you. They're sending pictures to each other. Everywhere I've been here, people say, I know you. I know about you.
Oh shit!
Mm. Yeah.
They'll give,
You
they'll
about to
give,
blow
they'll,
up?
they'll give my number to their girlfriend, and all of a sudden I'm on the WhatsApp. I'm like, I don't know you. Who is this? I know about you. And they tell it, there's no secrets here. They tell
What are
it.
they doing? You know, when they talk about
Let me get back to the topic real quick. If somebody can put my email up there, we want to tell anybody that knows this guy who got scammed to reach out to us, and we'll get him some help. Either, I mean, if he came on here, we'd probably be able to give him a ticket back home and maybe a few nights in a hotel, something to eat. Okay, we want to put that out there. Now, if he wants to remain anonymous, then that's on him. But also, guys, listen, the dating sites clearly tell us not to send any money. Okay, so if you send money, it's on you. The consequences is on you. Okay, I know we all do it, but if you want to send $25 a month, like Robert does, for to keep the connection, going, to keep the load and everything, then that's fine. I don't blame you for doing that. But when you start sending your life savings, that's a whole other story. I mean, people don't know how serious this is. Now, even when he goes back, he has nothing. He sold everything. So not only was he broke over here, but he's going to be broke over there. They don't even think it all the way through. Like, well, why are you being so hard on the man? Because we have to
He must not have no residual income whatsoever. Because if he had residual income, he could definitely. This happens. He falls in his face. A month later, he has some kind of pension, Social Security, or something coming in, and he wouldn't have to leave. He could, move to another area, another island, or something, so he's not so embarrassed, and get a rental room and start over.
We're trying to prevent it from happening again. That's the reason I made the video. It wasn't to beat him over the head. I mean, he's probably in a state of shock already. But it's got to stop, guys. I mean, there's no reason you should be doing that. I mean, you can't give me a legitimate reason for sending all of your money over here to some woman that you've never met before.
He's emotionally compromised. Maybe his reasoning is obviously, I'm trying to be nice, his reasoning is obviously skewed. Something has happened to give him an extremely poor judgment. Obviously, do something that I'm going to hope he never done before. Otherwise, this is a repeating pattern just in another country. Maybe in the U.S., the same thing was happening with other young ladies. And he figured he's going to try the same thing he tried over here and tried in the Philippines.
Well, hell, how many life savings does he have to give away?
He probably went all in. He probably went all. Well, no, he did go all in.
Yeah, he went all in because, okay, this is exactly what Craig Anthony is saying, and this is what a lot of guys are doing, believe it or not. It's a good retirement idea.
Yeah.
Go online and pretend to be one of these Filipino women. Put your damn profile up there.
Wow.
And have these guys send you all that damn money. Because it's happening, guys. A lot of the women that we're chatting with, and in your case, David, men, they're not who they say they are.
Well, there is a syndicate out there. There is a syndicate out there that is actually doing this worldwide. That's actually been featured.
They have no interest in you at all. Okay, remember, I told you Marilyn's sister did that to a guy, and that's why she doesn't come around here anymore. She's embarrassed. She's welcome here. I'm not going to put her away from her, but she did that, pretending to be interested in a guy. He sends her 3 million pesos altogether before he ever sees her, and she runs off. But now, guess what? Karma caught up with her. Now she's broke as a joke. She can't buy a lollipop. Okay? I mean, karma's on her back. It's on her back bad.
Oh, they two should get together then. They both broke together. Yeah, they should be good to go.
But we're trying to stop it from happening. We're saying that, look, guys, don't do it. Get out of that Messiah complex. Her financial situation is none of our business. It's none of our business. And yours is none of her business.
But they try to make it your business. They put it in your face. Subtly, very gently, very romantically, very, very intimately, that pillow talk. And before you realize it, what was just 20, 30, 40 bucks was $4,000 or something. I don't know. I can't see how you would do that. And so my point is, I'm really trying to wrap myself around and put myself in his place to get understanding. To get understanding.
That's never going to happen, because I'm sitting over here with guys who are over here now, living and breathing, and they're doing it. And you're never going to figure it out. You're never going to figure out what makes people do that. But they'll say, "Oh, it's my money. I can do whatever I want to do with it." Okay, yeah, you're right.
He ain't even touched the woman. It's a video.
Somebody in your family probably deserves it more than a stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to know. I just want to know what she was saying. I got him. I know I don't want to. I'll be in the same trouble, but inquiring minds want to know. Because she must have told him something real good.
What's this? I hear this a lot. Fluffing. Is that what they do when they go to the powder room? They do some fluffing.
Fluffing. He getting back over here. Fluffing what?
This is exactly what happens. You reap what you sow. But you reap what you sow. Okay, Tim West said, you reap what you sow. See, always and forever make better decisions and you'll receive better outcomes. Yeah, see, she's lucky that this guy is such a great individual and that he wasn't a Filipino, because if she does a Filipino man like that, she's dead.
Yeah.
You stole his money, lady. That wasn't your money. That's the only reason I was mad at her. Because, okay, if you don't want nothing to do with him, give him his money back. Don't take that money right off with
him. No money coming back. No money coming back.
Some top business lady. Every business she tried failed. Because I'm coming back from the college, I'm getting my immigration extended, and I get a text from Maryland. Such and such wants to borrow 5,000 pesos. I like to drop my phone. I'm like, huh? Miss, got it going on, because it was so bad, man. Not 1 peso did she even give her mother. But, this is what happens. This is why we have to stop it in its tracks.
We've all seen these mail order brides. They come to the meet and greet and they chat for a while. You sit at a table and you got a bunch of Filipinas. I don't think I've ever seen one of those meets with Ladyboys.
What?
Starting.
Like a foreign affair. The foreign affair where you pay, you meet up. You get to meet all the girls at a table and convert. You don't see that with, for a group of ladyboys with the guys coming over.
Well, that's a good idea for you, David. Why don't you do that?
That's what I'm talking about.
Let you bring them over. But I tell you what, another reason is the reason I'm glad you're coming out, because, okay, it was a big high profile case over here several years ago where a Marine killed a ladyboy in the Philippines.
I remember, yeah.
He ended up doing they gave him 10 years. He ended up doing 5. But he wants to claim that he didn't know it was a ladyboy. And I'm like, man, you must have really been drunk. Because I've been to Thailand. I've been to the Philippines. I can tell them over here. Over Thailand, it's different. You really can't tell. I'm talking about the ones that's way up here, not the ones on the street. Because we went, you can ask Eric Terry if he's still watching. We went to the mall and they were having a pageant. And we're sitting there, we're just thinking it's a woman's pageant, right? Until we walk around the stage where they are and we see them. And we're like, oh, these are men. But, Yeah, it was a big high profile case. And, so at least you know what you're dealing with. You're not out here playing around, right?
Right.
He said fluffy twofold. Because the guy said Rafi twofold, but Rafi twofold, man, you know how many cases he got to look through before he'll ever get to your case? He may never even get to your case. This man is busy. He's got something like, I haven't even checked in a while, but I'm pretty sure he's got like probably about 30 million subscribers. So you can imagine how many requests he gets to look into my case, right?
Can you imagine how many ladyboys would show up, if they had a meet and greet, like that, a foreign affair, but, they'd probably have a bunch of them sign up.
You might be on to something.
Okay,
You might be on to
this is what's
something.
going to happen. David's over here. He's the royal flush. He's the prize, right? Pretty soon, because of our Western thinking, the guys who are like David are going to come over here and mess it up. And pretty soon we're going to have people on the channel where the Ladyboy ran off with the money. Okay? That's going to happen, guys. It's our thing. We're messing the game up. You can't blame the women over here. It's our fault. We got to put it on our shoulders. We already know better. You retired from the damn post office, military. You sold your business. You did everything. Then you come over here and give it all away to some woman who can't even manage 5,000 pesos.
Calvin, hold on. Another aspect. You give it all up. This woman over here scams you. Well, you know what? Here in the United States, they ain't got to scam you. You work hard, do everything you want to do, and these women just take half automatically in a court judgment.
Oh.
I mean, same damn thing. And you knew what you were getting into then, and you knew here the laws definitely were against you. So 2.5, 1/3. What's the difference, brother? Over
That's
here,
right.
Then half the time over here, somebody ends up dead or in jail.
That's right, Freddie. Plus working 3 jobs.
Usually walks away with his life, and hopefully, God willing, he can pick a different country or pick himself up and start over. He can recover from this. He don't have child support to pay. He doesn't have to deal with the entire messed up system that we have here that drags you down and you can't move on. At least he can move on. I don't know what he can move on to.
Maybe we can have this discussion another time, but I want to know what's wrong with child support. Why shouldn't a man pay child support?
The child support system here. The child support. Okay, go on, but from state to state is different, Calvin. From state to state is different.
Because the men who complain about it, they know good and well if they wasn't forced to pay it, they're not going to give it to them because they're going to say, I'm not going to give you all that money so you can go out and party and all this stuff like that. That's not even none of your business. Once you give the money for what you're supposed to give it for, it's no longer your business as long as your child's being taken care of. I didn't have a problem paying child support. And I left because I knew it was my responsibility. The court never had to force me to pay it, only when I got a divorce. Up until then, remember, I was married for 18 years. Okay. So, of course, she's going to come for child support after that. And then they're going to go. What I don't like about the system, they went all the way back to when we wasn't married. I'm like, well, why are you doing that? The lady said, well, when you had the children, when you had these 2 children, you wasn't married. So they went all the way back. Okay,
but depending on what state you in, I know in Michigan had some landmark cases where the men definitely were not the father by DNA. But because the woman signed his name, he had to go through hell and back, and one guy went to prison over it. It depends on what state you in. Each state is different. California is not like Texas or Louisiana or Georgia. Each one can do things differently. Common law marriages, you can get all messed up. So some of this stuff drives you.
That's the exception. That's not happening all the time. That's the exception.
No. Some of this stuff.
Okay, listen. Of all the millions and millions of men paying child support, it was their damn baby. And now you can't tell me 10 cases, 10, where the man is paying for the baby that's not his. Even if you could do 1,000, Freddie, it will be a drop in the bucket. It will be the exception.
But the women aren't held. Okay, fine. But the women are being held accountable. They walk away. They do these fake cases. The guy's been paying for 18 years and come to find out, oh, you weren't the daddy to begin with. That woman has no repercussions, no criminal charges, no way to be sued. Just walk away and laugh on television.
Okay, my brother raised his children. And he got child support from his ex-wife.
That's one guy. One guy just got released 5 years in prison, and now they're thinking about doing the DNA test before you sign the birth certificate.
Okay,
that's right.
Robert.
That happened.
Okay, look at the millions of cases where the men. So you're gonna throw the whole system away because one guy gets falsely accused?
No. You misinterpret what I'm saying. These are one of the factors. Just one factor in our system here in the U.S. that drives these men away. They meet a Filipina, they have a new system, they get a breath of fresh air, and then they run off. Not thinking. They're not thinking. They get so jaded.
But that's the problem. We come over here and we have children. Man, I'm over here. It's a lot of babies being left over here where guys come over here and they know, there's no court enforced child support, so they don't pay it, man. I'm just saying.
They don't
come over here with that sort of thinking. I don't have a problem with if it's your kids, then you pay the damn child support. You take care of, period. But this is another
topic. Another topic.
For another day.
I not only paid the child support, but until that child is graduated from college, and I bumped it up. I paid for the insurance too, because that just kept me out of a jam in case something happened. So I not only paid the child support, but I paid the insurance. But I got a discount because it was insurance from her work.
Okay, now here's what he said. This isn't in all the cases, it's not true. He said absolutely nothing wrong with paying child support. It's just the system benefits from it. When you have to pay the system, that means the woman is on some type of government support. Government support. Because my wife, in the beginning, when I was paying child support, I was personally giving her $2,500 per month for our 4 daughters. Because I thought, in my mind, this is about what it's going to take, right? So she gets smart. You know what she does? Listening to her friends. She goes up there, tries to get more. She don't know how the system works. They take my income and her income.
Yep.
They came up with $1,200. Okay.
Shot herself in the foot.
Now, when it went to the $1,200, she went and got on food stamps and all this other stuff, right? So now, instead of me giving the money to my kids, I'm giving the money to the government.
This is what. Okay, so you're coming. You're proving part of my argument because the system is set up so jacked up.
It's not jacked up because your children shouldn't be on. My wife is from the damn ghetto. She's from one of those places where I'm always going to try to cheat the system. That's where she was from. Okay, she's probably trying to get some type of stuff right now from the government, food stamps or something like that. You just happen to get caught up with it. See, but if they're paying her the benefits, they want you to pay them back. That's all you're doing, really. But
and now, Calvin, we see where David lands after being through 2 marriages.
Okay, yeah.
Now we see where David lands.
And the real nitty gritty is, Calvin, you had to pay.
That's a shitty alternative, David.
Calvin, you had to pay tax. You had to pay tax up front on the $3,500 to pay the $2,500. It wasn't free money.
Nope.
No, it wasn't free money, but see, I didn't have a problem taking care of my kids. Okay. Now she says, okay, it's $100,000 per month, right?
Yeah.
We don't know how they figure this stuff out, but evidently he's got it. Now, remember, he can always go back to court if his salary is usually commensurate with your salary, right? And we know people get screwed over, but that doesn't mean everybody gets screwed over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, you
Let's
have your job down at the plant doing a 9 to 5. The plant shuts down. You no longer make that kind of payment. You fall into the rears with the court. They mess around, suspend your driver's license. You can't get a job doing that truck driving no more or working that heavy equipment. Now you done fell behind on that one. You can't get another job. Oh, by the way, now you got a conviction on your name. Thank God I didn't go through that. I've known too many people gone through this crap.
But you gotta stay ahead of the game. The people who are like that, man, you can't seriously say that they're trying, because if they are, there's things you can do, man. I know for a fact, okay, I had custody of my 2 youngest children, okay? They're telling me, oh, Mr. Roach, you owe $14,000 something child support. I'm like, how could I owe $14,000 child support when I got custody of my 2 kids? I went to court and got it done, right?
Right.
This is a urge. Okay, so I'm so mad. I'm at the computer. I'm shooting emails to everybody. So I shoot the email to the Attorney General of the state of Kentucky, where he comes back and says, well, in Kentucky, you can pay 25% of your arrears in cash, and we'll get rid of the rest of it. And that's what I did. I gave them $3,500, and they got rid of my child support. Okay, but I'm just saying, when you see a guy that says, "Man, I'm so far behind," that's because you've never even really tried to pay any damn money. You've never tried to get custody of the kids. The woman's been on welfare for years, and then all of a sudden y'all break up, and then she takes you to court, and then they hit you with those words.
And the woman who has multiple baby daddies, then what?
Well, it's just the one you got to deal with.
When my oldest child, the mother was having a little bit of a problem with my oldest child, and she came to live with me for a year. I still paid the mother the child support because she needs to maintain that home when the child goes back, and that's just the way it is.
Yeah, pay her to get up out of there. You get her on her feet, get her out the door. You ain't staying permanently.
Well, she had a problem. Too many rules.
Neither one of us, we're all practicing law without a license. What she
gave her too many rules, and she couldn't follow all the rules. So they had a little mishap. So when she came to visit me and stay with me, I said, "You got one rule. I don't care if you're in Las Vegas. I don't care if you're in San Francisco. I want to know where you are. And when you leave where you are, let me know when you get there. And when you come back, I want to know where you're at." And that was one rule, and she never broke that.
But this is a Philippines topic because
thank you. Right there, Roger T. Yes, that's right, Roger T.
Children get left behind over here, man. I'm seeing it. You see these black kids, you see these white kids over here because they come over here and they know there's no child support. They know that the woman can do absolutely nothing to them. Once they get on that plane and go back to America, they're untouchable. I tried to help a young lady here find her father. We found him, right? After 30 years.
Yeah, you did. Maryland.
Worried about whether or not he has to pay child support or not. He's not even worried about them. Man, you left the girl over for 30 years. If they do hit you with child support, don't you think you owe her something? But let's move on, guys, because that's the kind of stuff, I guess I'm a conservative in that way. If you lay down and have a baby with a woman, take care of the damn child, man. That's all I'm saying. So what are you supposed to do? Not pay and take care of the...
I'm just saying, Calvin, not to slight you. If you look around, each state has different rules and different twists. It's not as cut and dry as we are here. None of us are legal experts, but any attorney in any one state will specialize and say, what I do over here in this state or even this county has nothing to do with what happens in the next state over. It's totally different ball game from state to state.
Who are you supposed to pay the child support to?
It depends on the state. You can't just
I mean the father. Let's throw all that out. You and the girl break up. Who determines how much the baby gets? You?
It's better to work it out amongst yourself and keep the system out of it if possible.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So how much? If she says 500 a month, you're gonna come back and say, no, I ain't gonna give you 500.
No, wait. How about this? When we was living together all this time and had this baby, how much did it cost then? Now I'm out of the household. You ain't got to feed my big ass. How the kid cost double what it was when I was there?
Well, because
man, don't talk to me about
other stuff involved in that.
Now, if that kid needs this, that, and the third, health insurance, school clothes, Pampers, based on whatever the age appropriate money, and as they get older, it gets more. That's different. That means two people are working together toward a certain goal, and the child's welfare is the main focus.
Well,
now,
David, you don't have to worry about that because ladyboys can't have children, right?
No, but I guess they can adopt or whatever, because there was some story about somebody did that over there.
That wouldn't be his responsibility. Ladyboys can't have children.
No.
Yes, they can.
They can?
They got everything you need to have children.
Well, you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, well, they could have converted. They could have converted over. They could have converted over that child. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They could get somebody pregnant.
Right. That's true. It's interesting. See, he's going to open up a whole new world, brother. A whole new world is going to open up.
This is the problem with YouTube. The problem with YouTube is you can't get all of the subject matter in the title. That's the problem. Nope. So a lot of people are going to miss out.
But all these topics are what have driven so many of these men out of the country looking for something better, different.
Escaping the matrix.
And it's everybody has their own story.
But you can't run from yourself. A lot of times, Freddie, this is what we don't want to admit. We're the damn problem.
Yeah, it follows you. It follows you. But you know what? But you know what?
Guys come over here. We come over here and we think things are going to magically change us.
But it's a reset, Calvin. It's a shot at a reset. It might fail, but it's a shot at a reset. Shot at a reset.
Calvin, are you calling people to help the guy? Who am I supposed to call? Michael? This guy's remaining anonymous. The news won't show him. I mean, we put our information out there for him to contact us. We'll help him if he's willing to accept our help. But you're going to come forward and you're going to tell your story. That's all about being transparent. But I mean, who am I supposed to call?
Well, if you can reach out some kind of way, Calvin, and you can at least get in contact with him, would you be willing to at least pixelate his face or put a mask on him or something?
Well, he would have to do that. I couldn't do that.
I mean, if he'd be willing, just so he can save his embarrassment, just tell the story just like this, just have a mask on or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but he knows he did it. He can't run from himself.
No.
Look how many people have already seen when he goes to that embassy, he ain't gonna wear no damn mask.
Oh man, he's gonna be nailed on that one. But
yeah.
But at least you won't be the first or the last. He won't be the first or the last to walk in there. And the embassy is the point. Well, your last recourse to get back. And then they got to contact like 3 people on your behalf to try to see if they'll help you get back. And if nobody's willing to help you, then they'll give you like a loan that you kind of don't have to pay back to get a flight back here.
No, you got to pay it back.
To get your passport back.
To get your passport back. It's called a registration loan, yeah.
Yeah, just basically a loan.
That's what they're trying to do for him right now. They're sending him toward, but that takes a while, but they may waive a lot of their waiting times because of his situation.
Expedite.
A a while. No, it's not. It's not fake news. This is what happened. It really happened. There ain't no damn fake news.
He better be glad it didn't go international. Just because
Yeah. This is where I'm at. He says you can't save your ass and your face at the same time. Yeah, it's one or the other. Do you want help? Then come on over here. Tell us your story. Help yourself and help somebody else in the process.
You're gonna catch a beat down if you come over here. You're gonna be talking about bad, but that's what's gonna happen because we're all gonna be asking him, what the hell are you thinking or not thinking? Somebody
we understand that so it can't happen to one of us. Maybe he's got some information that can help us.
Right. It's something we don't know.
Yeah, he was like a crash test dummy. He hit the wall.
We can easily fix it if he comes forward.
Yeah.
But hell, he got his face zoned out in the paper. They don't give a whole lot of information. I mean, I've been looking for it on the news. I've been looking for it in the newspaper. They really don't care, guys. This is what I'm trying to tell you. He's lucky that it happened to him with a mayor who has a conscience. He says, hey, this is on my watch. I got to help the guy. I can't just leave him out in the street. That's what saved him. What about all the people it don't save? Who fall underneath who fall in the cracks, man? I'm telling you guys, he was fortunate. They say God looks after babies and fools, because he certainly was a fool.
I really can't see dumping all your money, traveling 8,000 miles or better, and getting on a plane with apparently not much of nothing, but the clothes on your back.
Yeah.
Does that sound rational, guys? Does that sound rational to you guys? Does that sound rational to you? Would any of us actually go do exactly that?
But
I'm not coming over there.
I'm not even more irrational. That you bring your butt over here, you get with the woman, and then you give her everything, and you strand it over here.
That's why Calvin says buy the round trip ticket and have some disposable income, a line of credit like Capital One. Pay off your debt so you have a card you can use to get somewhere.
I don't. There's got to be something more that happened. Now, one of the commenters said that he must have rationalized doing it by thinking he'd have a place to stay and possibly have a business. But that's rolling the dice anyway. Why would you do that? And again, I'm going to keep falling back no matter what, and anybody can say I'm wrong. Why would you have not simply picked up the damn phone and got an investigator? And if you say one investigator scam you, have two investigators independently check the person out independently.
Hey, has anybody read The Setup, my book? This is right out of The Setup. She did him exactly the way that I got the thing going in The Setup. She convinced him to send the money over. I bought a house. It showed the paperwork and everything like that. She's leading his ass on. He really thinks, oh, yeah, I got a house. So he's telling everybody, see you later. I'm out of here. And he gets here, it's nothing. It's a mirage, really. That's what happened to him. They're showing him the house. They're showing him the paperwork. There's got to be more to it for him to continue to send money, because you can't send but a certain amount
right
at a time.
How did he get drug into? I don't understand. I mean, even Geraldine, she showed me how you can look up deeds over there from here. Very easy to do.
They're here already.
I don't understand. There's got to be an element of this story that we aren't privy to. Something's going down, and so deep. People out in the comments, please answer me. You sold everything? Everything. No bad gut resources, and you just handed it off to a stranger. For real? Gentlemen, please, in the comments, tell me something.
There's something more.
I don't know. Ladies in the comments, somebody explain to me how that went down. You liquidated all your stuff and just sent it off and rolled up in this country with maybe $100 or so, something like that. There's so little that you couldn't buy a ticket back. How about that? You didn't verify nothing. You could have. I can call an apartment complex right now tonight in the Philippines and set up a place. I can do it right now, and I'm nobody special. I'm just Freddie. What was on this guy's mind? Ain't no Filipino that good, and there's some good ones out there. That good.
I mean, that would be,
Ladyboy, that damn good.
you know, Freddie, that would be like buying a house without checking to see if it's in the flood zone.
Well, now wait a minute, brother. I gotta argue that one because I'm down here in Florida, and some of these fools from New York bought the houses.
Yes. I knew a fire chief. I knew a fire chief who bought a house down by the river and didn't check if it was in the flood zone. And he was an ultimate professional. So we make mistakes, man.
But damn, even that guy, he bought the house down there. It didn't check the flood zone, but that was not his last. Black folks always say you never spend your last.
Never.
Hey, that's a black thing. You don't ever spend your last. This man spent his last.
Well, that's why Calvin. I've heard Calvin say at least a dozen times. I've got 2,500 on a Capital One. I'm not spending it. That's in reserve. That doesn't get touched. Now I've got two Capital One cards. The combination of both, $4,000. That should be able to get me out of a jam.
Yeah, if you got to get out of the country in a hurry, say you're over there and something happens that's unsafe, and you got to get there out of town, like tonight, the moment you can go there, buy a ticket, and get the hell out of Dodge if you have to. You know, it may cost you an arm and a leg, but you're back in the U.S. and woo! There you go, you're out of there. This guy showed up. You're telling me this guy showed up with less money in his possession to even get a plane back out of there. He can't even pay his own hospital. What the hell?
He can't even pay the exit fine or the exit.
Was he drugged or something? Was some mango juice?
And he's had to live his whole life on a budget. He's had to make plans in order to even save all this money to give it away. So he got all the way up to a certain point, and it sounded like it was suicidal. He was going to jump.
How old was that guy?
I'm assuming he's older. He's over 50. I'm assuming that. I think the picture didn't look like a young guy. He goes blank.
Yeah.
Social Security. He's not on Social Security. He doesn't have a pension because you to yourself just put yourself in this spot. You wouldn't be in this situation if you only had $1,200 a month coming in Social Security. He wouldn't be in this. He might be wiped out, but he wouldn't be in that spot. In the Philippines, he could be okay.
And then again, why not take some advice and let somebody know that where you're going? Maybe he didn't even tell anybody.
Where you're going and what you're doing.
Hey guys, I apologize. I had a visitor. He came all the way from Dumageddon. I'm gonna have to get out of here. Him and his
Tell somebody your plans. Did he tell anyone his plans?
Go to guy Mike. Thanks for that super chat. Him and his wife, they stayed in the guest house before. He says, personally, I give 2 fucks about what another does with their money, nor whom they're dating. Back next week. By the way,
I like that.
By the way, Cal, that Matrix video was hot. Hey, thanks, man. And he said, "Fan him, Cal. No excuses." Okay, and he gave me a challenge.
If you can find somebody way over here, Calvin, you can show somebody right there.
Where do I start, guys? Is what I'm saying. But thank you so much to my panel members. Really, I got to get off here because I got to give them their Wi-Fi and everything like that, get them situated. So I'm going to let y'all have the last word. Give me 1 minute, Freddie, of your last thoughts.
Gentlemen, what I would say to you and the commenters out there, buyer beware. Buyer beware. because what he bought was a very expensive lesson, and I hope nobody else. I hope we can help prevent anybody else from going through this, and maybe we can help them out. That's my.
Right. Now, what about you, Robert?
I'm saying stay in the zone of proximal development, collaborate with people. What you're capable of doing with help is more than what you're capable of doing by yourself.
Okay, now he said you look like D.L. Hughley. Has anybody ever told you that, David?
I've never heard that.
Yeah, he said you look like D.L. Hughley. Here it is, right here. He says, David, you look like D.L. Hughley. Nobody said, y'all done heard this saying before. God looks after babies and fools. That guy was a damn fool. But thank you, David, for coming on here, sharing your truth, man. Give us a little nitty gritty before you get off of here. Give us the name of your channel, what you talking about, how long you been here, where you going from here.
My channel is the Poor Man's Passport Guide. I've been in the Philippines for 5 months. It took me almost a half a year to plan it out. And I got so much information. I read so many little articles online. So a lot of little games, you don't really know until you sit down and it happens to you. But I've learned so much from this channel, Sunshine Shoulders, and other writings, because shit is gonna happen anyway, regardless. But you had to plan, you had to figure out how to get yourself here. You had to take all these amazing steps to make it happen, but you're gonna give everything you have all away. There's something we're missing here. There's something. You know, you need to save $1 in your pocket or keep that extra bank account with the 100 grand in it over here. Something happened. That's all I got to say. So come check me out, Poor Man's Passport Guide, and I'll tell you my story, which is concerning the Ladyboys. But that's what I'm into.
Yeah, because if
it's a popularity contest,
he's going to give the shitty.
You got my vote.
The shitty gritty.
You know what? I haven't had one shitty deal since I've been here.
But just, long as you responsible, man, and you know what's over here, because like I said, it's the rest of the world. The HIV and AIDS deaths are going down. Here in the Philippines, it's going up. 411% over the last decade. It's going to triple in the next 7 years. So wrap it up, David, before you go down that rabbit hole. Wrap it up.
Education is key.
That's right. WC Success, thanks for that super chat, brother. He said, Cal, Freddie's right. My brother in California contested the court's child support for a kid that wasn't his. Once you sign your name on the birth certificate, the kid is yours or not. That's it. Okay. But there's millions of people who actually, it is their child. And they're not paying a damn thing. So if it's yours, pay for it, guys. That's all I'm saying. We can sit here and argue all day, and y'all can bring up all these exceptional cases. But for the most part, when you go into the courtroom with that woman, that's your child. Now, only thing you pushing back on is you don't want to pay what they think you should pay. That's the whole argument.
Mario Povich show. You're not Mario Povich show. You are not the father. That's more than
that's the whole point. So if you were as smart as you, W doesn't have children. He's living his best life. $1 million house, the biggest BMW they'll let you buy over there. He don't have any kids, and he's about 50 years old or something like that. Most of us, we didn't plan like you, David. And,
do you have time for your theme song, Calvin? You got your.
Yeah, I already got it. I already got it keyed up. But yeah, we can have this child support. My father never paid. He never paid child support, and that's why I'm adamant that if you got a baby by somebody, you pay the damn support, man. I took care of my kids.
If it's a popularity contest, you got my vote, sir.
Well, that's all it is, guys. But it would help us if you click the like button, at least.
Like, share, and subscribe.
That's right. Thanks again, David. I'm looking forward to some interviews with some of your friends. Don't let us down.
Okay.
Come on back to the Go Zone, the post-game show.
My pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
I got to give it to you, David. At least you're a player, though. You got about 3 or 4 of them Ladyboys on your channel. I'm like, hell, he's living his best life over here.
I'm in the Philippines.
Boots on the ground.
Too big,
Real Boots on the ground.
Take care, everybody.
Stay safe, Cal. Thank you, Captain.
Stay out of trouble. Help somebody today if you haven't done so already. And also, that's right, we're going to have a meet and greet in Cebu next Monday. I know you probably won't be able to make it, David. That's a late request for you. But one of the next meet and greets, man, maybe you can come.
I'm looking forward to it.
Okay. Take care, everybody.